shut. Every game we hit the spot. Fuck the match.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to DPF on Tap. This is episode 110, if you can believe that. We sometimes can't wrap our brain around it. And this is the 2026 prediction show because, as you know, everybody on this podcast and in this crowd celebrates opening day, which is tomorrow. So, hey, just a little bit of paperwork to go through before we get going here. Just remember, DPF on Tap is brought to you by Jerseys. Jerseys is at 2609 Mount Carmel Avenue in Glenside. They've got 18 beers on tap. They've got 20 TVs. If they don't have a beer you want to drink, ask Barry. He'll probably put it on the next time you get there. If they don't have a game you like on, he'll definitely put that on. And they have a bottle room with over 200 beers you could take out of there, take home and, watch the game after you're done at Jerseys. So, hey, thanks to Jerseys for sponsoring On Tap. And remember, we're going to be there on May 2nd for a watch party. So come out and check us out.
So, Mike, before I introduce our special guest, maybe you'd like to crack a Fishtown iced tea.
I would like to.
So have you ever drank alone?
All the time.
You don't need to, because there's 4 of your best friends inside of one can here. Vodka, tequila, triple sec, and rum at 9%. So this is a Philadelphia cocktail, a Philadelphia classic, and you're doing it the right way. I absolutely love it over ice.
So this is the first time I'm going to try it on ice. And because last time I tried it out of the 8 bottle and I had to pump the brakes because I was getting a little sideways.
But so new slim 12-ounce cans available where you can get cool stuff at. So
you get this cool sticker too.
That is pretty badass. So thank you to Fishtown Iced Tea for being a sponsor, a partner, which leads me right into I'd like to introduce our special guest today. This is Mike McCloskey of Fishtown Iced Tea and of Interstate Draft House recognition. So, Mike, thanks for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you guys for having me. It's my pleasure.
I want to kind of ask some questions about the origin story of Fishtown Iced Tea. So, how did it actually start, and how long has this been around?
The tea was started in Fishtown at Interstate Draft House. Prior to my ownership of the Draft House.
Okay.
In Fishtown, there was a brand of iced tea that was very popular. Is this guy little right here, Arctic Splash. I've saved one for a very long time. And, Fishtown at that time, I think it was around 2011 or 12, was going through a significant gentrification phase.
Okay.
And a lot of the newer folks that were moving into the neighborhood were kind of perplexed because most people would throw them on the ground and they'd be like, what are these things? And a bartender at Interstate came up with the idea to cocktail it. And it was a variant of a Long Island. It's different than a Long Island. The 4 liquors that we have are the 4 that are in a Long Island, but a Long Island also includes gin. And a Long Island made in-house, it doesn't actually have tea. It's sour mix and Coke. So it was basically a variant of that. And they would serve it, and it was, was popular. It had a cult following. And then when I bought the bar, I bought it in 2017. So I think they had the bar for about 5-6 years. That was one of the things that drew myself and my business partner to it, and being both, he and I were both from Fishtown, grew up there. We really felt we could lean into it heavy, and it was always a thing, but we started making shirts and we leaned into it much more than was previously done.
Okay, so when we're kind of talking about Philadelphia cocktails, is there any others?
Philly's a beer city primarily. Yeah. If you look at its history, Schmitz, Ortlieb's, all of those. And most towns aren't like liquor cities, but you'll have ones that sort of pop up. The Long Island iced tea the Hurricane, let's say down in New Orleans,
Yeah.
Mint Julep, Kentucky Derby, things like that. But I couldn't tell you what cocktail is identified with Philadelphia. So
It's Fishtown iced tea, Mike.
yeah,
It's Fishtown iced tea.
and the Philadelphia bar said it. Now it might be a low bar, right? Like there's not a lot of competition, right?
Hey, there's always got to be a first, because I'm like, thinking like you said, Boulevardier and Old Fashioned. They were somewhere.
Yeah,
New York or
the most famous like liquors or cocktails would Chambord, which was made by Jacquins back in the day. Like, they're just, there isn't a cocktail history. And look, we are a beer city, period. But we're becoming an iced tea city, especially with Surfside. So, we love our iced tea in Philadelphia. So it makes.
We don't say the S word.
Yeah, dude, I thought that was.
So we, maybe we are. But we're just happy to be in the mix, and represent Philadelphia.
So part of, I think what drew me initially, and maybe this is back in the 2017, 2018 time, there's part of nostalgia, right? Because these cartons that were so indigenous to Philadelphia, and you were these cocktails were originally made in these cartons. Is that true? Can you still do it now? Yeah,
well, at the bar, we still do them. They're just not Arctic Splash, because Arctic Splash ceased to exist.
Okay.
And as far as we're aware, in Pennsylvania, there's only 2 dairies left that still put in cartons. There's one in Pittsburgh called Turner's, and there's one in Pottsville near Yingling called Gears.
Oh, yeah.
And Gears sends theirs down. So we still do, like, you can get the can at Interstate, but we still do the carton. The carton, is just, there's nostalgia. I mean,
yeah,
it's fun, and then we'll do a lot of festivals because it lends itself to walking around. And that's kind of where it took off a little more, because during COVID, when we were allowed to sell drinks to go, that's sort of where we were like, wow, this is becoming more and more popular. Because that summer we sold a lot outside the window.
Okay.
We were closed to the public, but we would sell Fishtown ACs to go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we sold a lot of them. There wasn't a lot to do, right? So hey, let me take a walk around the neighborhood and get some Fishtown, and you walk around within your carton and walk around, and it's great.
Hell yeah.
That was awesome.
And then we saw the other canned ones coming along, and the thought was, why not
us?
Why not us? And I always had designs of wanting to start a business. Interstate was an already existing business, so it wasn't started from the ground up, and we kind of kicked around the idea, and we said if we didn't try it, we'd always regret it.
Yep.
And that was it.
If someone's not had one of these, how would you sell them on it in one sentence?
Fun.
One word. Nice job.
9%.
That's what we wanted. I mean, look at the logo. That doesn't say like, let's have some fun.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. What's the most underrated thing about this product that people don't realize?
The number one, a lot of people taste it. It's not for everybody, right? Some people don't like tequila. Some people just, tequila is not for them. But what most people are surprised when we do like tastings at beer stores and stuff, when we tell them it's 9, they don't, a lot of them don't believe us. And that's the sign, I think, of a well-made cocktail, that it's not, it's boozy, but it doesn't taste it. Dangerous.
It's dangerous.
What you would say when you pour it over ice. Now, it depends. If you're used to something, that's a little lighter. But if you're somebody that like there's double IPAs that are 8 or 9%. What's Golden Monkey? 10.5.
Yeah.
Mad Elf's 11.5.
Yep.
So for some folks, it's just like, okay. I think craft beer drinkers are a little more drawn towards us because, we might be craftier from the cocktail side. Rum and tequila change the complexity of a drink that vodka doesn't. Vodka is neutral. It's not really, it's supposed to boost what's already there. But ours has a little something different because of those are 2 very unique liquors that change a taste profile. But they come together nicely, and that's what it is.
That was one thing I was wondering. So how many iterations of this did you go through before you got to what you put in this can right here now that is delicious?
Thank you. Not that many. We got help, let's say, from the dairies that make the iced teas. Although they make it with powder, and you can't make an alcoholic drink with powder. But as we went through it, I mean, I would say 3, maybe 4, but most of the changes were subtle. And how we tested it? We rolled it out at Interstate and gave it to regulars that drank the real one. And when they couldn't tell the difference between the two of them, we were done.
Yep. So I'll tell you, like, from drinking this recently, I feel smarter, more handsome. I don't know if these are the side effects of it, or
That's what you hope Renee
it's
thinks.
good. Yeah, I Renee, and like I mean, I guess I could give Renee one of these each night, and I'm smarter and handsome with her. Mike, how important is Philly to the brand identity for you?
It's big, and I would say Philly, and then also sort of PA. There's a shared sort of. I don't. I mean, I think I know sort of the reason, but I mean, I do, like, it just seems like, so we grew up in Philly and we were drinking these, and these things are rooted in these dairies that have kind of in some instances grown, like Wawa, right? And Swiss Farms and Gallagher's, which is a chain up near the Harrisburg area. There's one called Rutter's. And so I think our Philly identity is we're the ones who boozed it up. We were the ones that had the idea to turn these things into drinks.
Yeah.
But we do see growth in other parts of PA because it's a state thing. That dairies in Pennsylvania who had a pipeline to putting milk in schools started making fruit punches and iced teas and orange drink to send to the schools because people were drinking less milk in the 70s.
Yeah.
And so, it's Philly, but it does share DNA with the rest of the state. And it's a dairy thing. Like, I don't know what happens in other states, but I haven't heard about dairies in Wisconsin also selling iced tea. It seems to be a Pennsylvania thing, and we love it.
I've been trying to think up interesting and different taglines, and I think, like, it's Fishtown iced tea. Obviously, that's an homage to Interstate Draft House and like where you grew up and where you own a bar. But I think it's very blue collar, right? And
Yeah,
I think that's what I like about the whole vibe, because like that's what you're kind of selling. You're not only selling a delicious drink, but it's like it's cool to do it, right? It's cool. Like the thing is fun. It's 9%. Like, you're not going to drink 20 of these, right? Like, and we'll get to that a little bit later.
shouldn't.
But like, you should. Yeah, I mean, so it's
Yeah.
funny because one of our guys, Ray, was one of your regulars back in the day, and he says Interstate Draft House was his neighborhood bar for years. And I know we were kind of talking before the show, like, maybe
right,
Ray is either allowed in or not allowed in, or he might be one of those guys that we're going to talk about, like the tip top.
Well, here's what I'd say. Blue collar are also Long Island itself, which
Yeah.
I'll consider us a variant of, is not known as a highbrow drink, right? But, who don't like iced tea? Well, there's people that don't like iced tea, but most people like iced tea, right? And, why not booze it up?
You're looking to get a job done, and it does the job.
It does the job. Yeah, it does the job.
I mean, like, so what is the most ideal setting for like a drink like Fishtown iced tea?
Well, the beach. I mean, what everybody always says is it's a great beach drink, right? You take it to the beach, you pour it in your cup. They wouldn't even know it was booze, right? Like, if you're in one of those shore towns where they might frown on you putting, just pour it in your cup. You're like, that's iced tea, man. But the beach, the summer, but, I mean, do we sell more teas in the summer? We do, but sales don't drop off a cliff in the winter because, again, Pennsylvanians drink iced tea. We buy more iced tea than any state in the United States. And so I would say, anytime I mean, there's people that drink iced tea all year. So if you like iced tea, you can drink anytime you want. But I will say this, this, like when we do some of these beer festivals that are outside in the summer, we get gigantic lines because who wouldn't want this poured over ice at some beer festival where it's 90 degrees outside?
Right.
So
Like,
yeah.
let's get the brass tacks then. Like, be honest. How many is too many?
well, the record interstate's 13. But and
Holy
that's the cardboard version.
Is that
And
you?
I will tell you the on-premise version, like in the carton, that clocks in more like 13. The
Hmm.
can's 9. So
Wow.
it's a slightly scaled back version that's in the can. To me, I could never drink more than 2. But no, guys, that as much as I love the tea, I'm originally, a beer person at heart. So this is just, to me, it's one tea and then beer. That would be my move. If I was at the beach, I'd have a tea to start me up, and then I would probably have a beer after
So
that.
I feel better now. That's exactly what I did last week.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want to, like, I want to be on your menu. I don't necessarily want to be the only thing you drink, right? Drink
Yeah.
some good beers, drink some lighter stuff. Like fans of beer and good drinks are not monogamous. They want to try everything and anything they can.
Yep.
And we're definitely, have us there for that party, like, or have us there when you go to the beach. Somebody can, pick it out of whatever's in there. Funny story. One time I had a guy came into one of my tastings and he came up to me. He's like, you almost got me arrested. I'm like, hey, what are you talking about? And he's like, I was at a party in Avalon and somebody handed me one of these. And I was like, I liked it. And I drank another one. And then when I went to drive home, I was like, I can't drive home. I thought these were 4%. And then he took one and bought it. So you just got to know what you're getting into. You pour it over ice and it's just that, you have one because you're only having one, or you have one and then you move to something lighter.
Mike, you're putting 9% humongous on here. So like you're letting people know. You're not hiding this in the hidden print. Like you're saying it's 9%. It's right there on the interstate side.
Yes.
So
but different times, different things, right?
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
We're at a tailgate, you're gonna knock back 7. You don't have us, or you only have one of us, right? And
Yep.
there's times I want something lighter, and then there's sometimes I want a Belgian quad. Sometimes it's Mad Elf night, and it's let's go. So I think that it fits for someone who's I like to try different things, and you're putting stuff on your roster or your rotation of what you drink. It's a fine addition.
Yep.
Speaking of rosters, if Fishtown Iced Tea was a current Philly, who would it be?
Oh no! If you said former Philly, I'd say John Kruk. But current Philly, it would probably be Schwarber. But he looked like he lost some weight, right? Did he get skinnier? I mean,
it's okay. You can have one like, 9%er.
He's kind of like a John Krukish kind of guy. So I guess it would be him.
These calories are pretty low, right, Mike? On here, like
no, they're not low. It isn't Twisted Tea Light. Okay, but what I would say to you is, if you only have one of these, and you had 2 of something else, then you're not that different.
Yeah.
Right, but one of these is more than one of the lighter ones for sure, calorie wise. Yeah.
So we have a question from one of our fans, and it's Drunk Eagles fans, one of the other guys. So he was at Interstate and he had a blackberry shot with a beer. What was it called at Interstate? What do you guys call it?
Oh shoot, that might be the local.
Okay.
So we got a couple different takes on the citywide. We had the classic, which is tribute to Bob and Barbers. They invented it, and that's Jim Beam and Pabst Blue Ribbon. And then we got the Fernet. We got we got one. It's I think the one that you're referencing might be Shinerbach and Blackberry Brandy.
Okay, that sounds about right.
So we got a couple different ones that are like tributes, just different shots that you can do. One's named after a regular who drank it all the time, and it's Heaven Hill and Miller High Life. So we got a couple, and they're not like, the one thing about Interstate, we have lots of great beer on draft, but you can still drink cheap. I mean, a
Jim
draft,
Beam
a 20-ounce draft of, we have PBR 16-ounce cans are $4.
Jim Beam and PBR sounds like I'm getting in a fight. Just saying.
Jim Beam PBR, yeah, and it's 16 ounce. I think it's $7. So you get a shot of Jim Beam, you got a 16-ounce can of PBR, yeah.
I
you been
think
to
like
this place?
Jim Beam and PBR sound like you like have child support that it's in
Oh,
arrears,
100%.
maybe too.
Eh.
But I'm
Listen, you know, everybody drinks what they like,
Yep.
right? Like, you know, it's, you know, there's things I don't like, but
What's
then
the
there's
High
everything
Life and
like,
Rumple Mints? That's what I like.
no,
Oh,
like
God.
some beers, like, you know, there are some not, you know, some people might turn up their nose and I'm like, hey, you know what, I like that.
Mhm.
No, mostly I want good stuff, but
To each their
Oh.
own, you know. It's like Mike, I wanted to transition and kind of talk about a little bit of the business side, because we have a lot of people on here that are like actually commenting and like, so one of the questions we got is, what's been, harder than you expected to run the business? And maybe this could be from both sides, or maybe it's because it's both sides.
Well, one hard part is liquor as a business is heavily regulated. You know, getting our product and putting it in New Jersey is just, it's very difficult. And then there are rules. Pennsylvania is what we call a control state. And some of the rules and the laws have changed in the last year and a half, and then props to Surfside for getting a lot of those things changed, because we're a beneficiary of that. But it's not free market. It's not like other business. You can start your podcast and you can compete, and there's really no rules, right? You just go out there, and if somebody wants to buy your product, buy your t-shirts or attend an event, they can just do it. So that's tough, because that's not the new way of business, so to speak, right? So we have all these things that open up because of technology and internet, and that's still a heavily regulated, has not caught up with the times business.
Okay.
So that's an alcohol specific thing. I think that when you start a business, you don't know what you don't know. You only know little bits and pieces, and you're just always kind of surprised every day that you're like, I didn't think of that. Oh, I didn't think of that. And it's on the job learning. It's tough, but you don't know if you don't jump in. You talk to a lot of people that own businesses, they'd say, hey, if you look back on it and you're like, oh, but it's fun. I mean, even if the business doesn't make it, it did exist, right? Like,
Yeah.
I can say I did that. It didn't work out as long as I liked it, but look at what got created. And so, to me, that's fun. Like, owning the business is fun, and it's a neat product to own. It's a neat product to get behind, it's one that is around. It's fun. And that's what I said. If I was to describe it, it's fun. And think about meeting guys like you and different events. And, I've met so many really cool beer store owners, and that's a world I didn't know before. And,
Yeah.
if you support them, they'll support you. And it's been a good experience.
So Craig at WNS is like one of our huge friends, and I know
Yeah.
you've connected with him. Like, what a great guy, what a great business, just doing smart things together. I love that. Local, helping local. So, there's things like that. So
Goldie's a new friend of Chris's from Florida from his Clearwater experience. I would venture to guess that if you sent her a case of this iced tea, she would be your number one advocate in Florida.
Does Goldie want to be our brand rep down there? We'll
she's the one that you would want. Trust me. Goldie talks to anyone. So I'm deeming this the summer of Fishtown iced tea and DPF. But what's next, Mike? Like, what are you thinking as far as, like, are we looking at flavors? Are you looking at doing a light? I don't know, something. What's next?
I don't know if a light is what we would go towards. I think Surfside does that incredibly well. And I don't think that would be an area that would be worthwhile looking at. I think that what we might do is one that's twice as strong at 18%. That would be one that would go back into the wine and spirits stores.
So we got a lot of thumbs up when you said you're not going to do the light and you're going to stay at 9%. And then the number of likes just went up double fold when you said you're going to double it. So
well, but that would be more like if you go to a wine and spirits store, there's a few brands on there. Chi-Chi's has a brand. Captain Morgan's got one, and they range from 12 to 22%. So I think that's a space. And then I think maybe an eye towards other nostalgic drinks, but doing the 9 and doing all 4 of those liquors, like maybe a fruit punch that's got vodka, tequila, triple second rum in it.
Throw a
You
shitload
know,
of mango in one. I'll buy the hell
yeah,
out of it.
like so we'll see. Like,
Yeah.
what
Okay.
what else would you got? What else would have been given to you when because they don't let kids drink soda and stuff from school anymore, right?
I
Not in
don't think
Philly.
so.
No. So what
It's
were
the
we
sugar.
getting?
soda
It's the
tax.
sugar tax.
Well, yeah, what were we getting served back in the day? So what other choices was there from tea? And maybe that's where we head next.
Yeah, no one drank the fucking milk. There was nerds, right? Like
Yeah.
you had a chocolate milk and
It
a
was
pretzel.
RC Cola.
Yeah,
and
come on. I don't want to
Fanta.
Did you guys
try.
ever
all that
try?
shit.
I mentioned before there was something called orange drink. It wasn't orange juice.
I
No,
do remember.
somebody-
It was
yeah.
called orange drink. And I'm
Someone
like,
called that
okay.
out, and
Right
we're
here.
like, "Oh my
Don
god!"
Don wants the orange drink back.
All
All right, Mike.
That might work.
I got rapid fire 3 questions. Ready? It's
Yeah.
like a Rorschach test. Ready? Best Philly dive bar.
A lesson dreams.
Wawa or Sheets.
Wawa.
Fill in the blank. Fishtown iced tea is for people who.
Like to have fun.
Ours was Kin Parallel Park, but okay.
Yeah, I just feel like that's a blue collar thing. Like these other drinks are like, oh yeah, but driveway, or maybe it's like, like I feel like if you can go to Interstate Draft House, have one of these, behave yourself, and park on Gerard, like, and not touch the curb, not touch the car in front and back of you. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's Fishtown Iced Tea's
Feels
like
like a
sweet
song.
spot. It does feel like a song. I want to talk about, like, we're talking about the good, like, what's a mistake that you would tell others to avoid getting into business, whether it's, the Fishtown Iced Tea business area or, bar restaurant? What's something you've learned?
The bar restaurants is harder than the tea, because the more, people are people, and whether it's staff or customers, there's just conflict. It happens. It's not always fun or pleasant.
Okay.
So that's a challenge, but at the same time, it can be rewarding because you're offering up a communal experience. Like if you're at the bar, you have a good day, it's a fun event, like we're going to do with you guys. You're like, wow, this is awesome. There's another really cool thing about owning a business, and it's you're employing people, right? So people are making a living off of work you're doing, and that feels good. That you're helping. So like that you're running a business, you're trying to turn a profit, but at the same time, you're helping people pay their bills, and that's just an aspect I've always liked about owning a business. I think that if you ask anybody, it's always going to be the conflict resolution, personalities, and things like that come into, and whether it's a bar or restaurant, it's the corporate world or the Phillies clubhouse. It's just that's the biggest challenge, I think, unless you're an independent consultant that you're the only person. But most things in life, we need others to help us, and we have to learn how to get along, and that requires work.
Hey, last 2 questions, Mike, for you. Ready?
Yeah.
Before we get into some Phillies talk.
Yeah.
What can people expect if you come out to a DPF event?
With Fishtown, right?
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Fishtown? Oh, tomorrow. Well, our head of sales, Dan's going to be there, and you come by, we're going to have free samples for everybody to try. And we'll be giving out some swag, answering any questions anybody have, and, get them to try it. Like, our best marketing is to get people to try. We've done a really good job of connecting with a lot of local independent beer stores that will let us come out and let customers try samples. And that's how at some of these stores we've built a following. So we want every DPF person to try it.
It's almost as though you teed me up for the last question, which is where can you find Fishtown iced tea around town?
So you can go to our Instagram page and click on a link, and it'll give you, like, you can type in a zip code and it'll tell you. There's a lot of great beer stores that have it, and you'll be able to get it. Giant sold out at the end of the year, and because we have new cans, we had to go through that process. It should be on the shelves there. in about another week or two. Acme's got it. The Weiss grocery store chain has it. And then a lot of great beer stores. Pat Dion, Kunda Beverage, Beer Baron, Bell's Beverage. The list is large.
Pennsburg Beer Mart and Soda. Just saying. That's where I got it.
So just think about the next couple of months
do
that are
have it.
coming up. Tomorrow we have opening day. Fishtown Iced Tea is going to be there. May 9th, or is it the 2nd? May 9th.
Second's at Jersey.
Second at Jersey's. Fishtown Iced Tea is going to be there. May 31st, we're going to be at Mike's Place for a Sunday Fun Day watch party starting at 4, and Fishtown Iced Tea is going to be there. So are fans going to be able to get it out of the cartons there, or at least like those?
Yes. I think we're gonna run a cornhole tournament for you. There's a couple things that we're gonna try and do.
Indoors, outdoors. So that's like another thing.
That's indoors, outdoors. Cornhole will be outside. I mean, like we're getting a TV ready for outside tomorrow. It's going to be outside watching weather.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
So they'll have a TV under our tent outside for the game, and people are definitely going to sit outside tomorrow, drinking beers.
Amazing talking with you. We appreciate you answering all these crazy questions.
Yeah.
Please stay on. We got. I have your predictions coming up. But
let's talk Phillies.
We're going to talk Phils. Let's get into Phil's
absolutely. Hey, so the name of this show is the prediction show. So let's get into it. Predictions today brought to you by Conshohocken Brewing. I just got to tell you guys a little story. So I went to Conshohocken today. They were kind enough to supply some supplies for tomorrow's tailgate. And I got to meet a really, really cool bartender named Heather. And Heather is training a new bartender named Angela. They're both great. But what I wanted to tell you about is tomorrow, Heather is working during the game. So at 4:05, when it's first pitch, Heather will be at the Conshohocken King of Prussia location. So if you go there and you mention, hey, Mike and Chris from DPF on Tap told me to come here today, she's going to have a beer special for you. Specifically, she has made up a drink called the Twist, or the Heather Twist. It's their Asher's Chocolate Stout and their Bassett's Vanilla Ice Cream IPA, which I just happen to be drinking right now, combined. So she calls it the Heather Twist. I'm telling you what, she poured me one of these things today, guys. If I was thinking, or if I thought like this guy, I would have taped her making the drink and put it on our Facebook page.
Like my content.
But I'm an idiot, and I don't think that way. So what I was thinking was, hey, I want to say this on the podcast. But go to see Heather tomorrow at Conshohocken Brewing in King of Prussia. Tell her that we sent you, and she will hook you guys up with some sort of deal on the either the Heather Twist or another drink that you guys like. So Conshohocken Brewing, great partners. Glenn Macnow's part owner. He's been kind enough to give us some predictions today too. So, hey, you want to get into it?
Yeah, let's kind of talk Phillies baseball. And this is like one of the most exciting days. And like, why do we do it today and not tomorrow? Well, tomorrow, most of us are going to the game, and I'm not going to be cognizant of like, being able to like set this up. But also, if the Phillies win, I'm going to predict 162-0.
Oh, yeah.
If they lose, I'm going to say 0-162,
yeah,
right?
100%.
So like now I'm like, all right, I have my wits about me a little bit. And I'm like, let's get some smart answers.
Yeah. So we kind of polled some of our top fans, and I think we'll just get into it, right? So we talked to some people. You guys can see this on the screen if you're watching the podcast. We asked them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things, right? So what's the Phillies record? And you can see all the folks that we asked on the left-hand side. And Chris is usually on with us, but has taken a little hiatus for the next couple weeks, and he'll be back on soon. But Phillies record for Chris, he's predicting 93-69. I did not add it up. I'm not sure if that's 162 or not, but hey, I'll trust them.
I guess 9 and 3 is 12, so I would take that as the 2 at the end. That sounds reasonable.
Carry the 1.
Yeah.
Divide by 12. Yeah, that sounds good. He's picking the Phillies to finish first in the East. He's picking Judge to be the AL MVP, Otani to be the NL MVP, Crochet to do to win the AL Cy Young, Skeens the NL Cy Young, the Mariners to win the AL, the Dodgers to win the NL, and the Dodgers to win the World Series. And I'll just take a quick step aside. I did this individually. I asked these folks, I did not ask this on like a group platform. And I think if you look at these outcomes of these predictions, you know that our fans do some research.
You know what? Our fans are smart.
They're smart.
You know, we
They're
may
not
mess around with this, but like these people are dead serious.
Yeah, and there's a lot of really consistent answers here. And there's a little bit of Phillies fandom for sure, but there's some folks that also deviated away from picking the Phillies. So I was pretty impressed with this.
So let's just kind of like I want to kind of talk about each kind of point, and if there's this deviation. So Mike, Mike M, because we have two mics on. Renee's like, which mic's coming here, and who's and I was like, oh Jesus. So Mike, you went with 91 and 71. How confident are you in that today after Garrett Stubbs got DFA'd?
I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to ask me about Jesus Luzardo.
Oh,
who? Jesus?
You know what? He's the one Phillies pitcher I was able to draft in the right time for my fantasy league, and I'm not against. So Mike picked Luzardo to win the Cy Young. I would love that because it means that I just didn't make a donation in this league, and I may have, made some noise. I think that when we look at the disparity in between what the Phillies' lowest amount of wins was, which was 88, and the highest was 98, which is odd because Stig is usually the most negative person I know.
I know. And look, Rob picked 98 as well.
Well, Rob's a pretty positive person,
yeah,
so I'm not surprised at that. So what do you have?
I have them at 93 and 69.
Okay. So I always want to be the best, and I'm going to say 100 wins just because I really think that, and I have reasons for this. Let's just kind of like talk a little bit about position by position, and I'm just going to ask both the mics, do you think we're the same or better, even if it's the same guy? Okay. Bryce Harper, do you think he's going to be better, the same, or worse than last year?
Go ahead, Mike. He's going to be worse. I'm gonna say he's gonna be better.
Okay, so we kind of have a little bit in between there. Bryson, stop.
Mike,
he sucks. Worse.
Better.
I'm going on the better for him. I've seen some things in spring that I didn't see that lazy fly ball to left field. I think he had some injury. The Phillies are notorious about not telling us about injuries. Now, Trey Turner won the batting title last year. Better or worse for him?
Mike.
Better. I love Trey Turner.
Worse.
Okay. I don't know if he can get better. He won the batting title, so it's tough. Alec,
yeah, but
crybaby.
What do you win the batting title these days? 298?
No, he was 301, I think.
301. All right.
Come on, man, that's like
he was in the
310s.
300s.
What was Tony Gwynn bat? 365?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, every year.
I mean,
it's a different era, man. You know that.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I like him. I just,
I would love Trey to not lead off and to Justin Crawford be awesome and eventually lead off.
So
because then you push
there?
everyone backwards. Then you're looking at Justin Crawford, Trey Turner, like everyone's moved back. And I love
hits
that.
forward where he should.
Yeah, exactly.
Could I ask a question?
No.
Because I don't follow the Phillies as closely as you guys, but they look like they may have the best or one of the top 5 pitching staffs in the league, right?
They're actually ranked 3rd right now.
3rd. And they have a legit closer now too.
Yep.
So that's one of the reasons.
So I just think that they're like the offense, they'll chew up bad pitching during the regular season, and if as long as there's no arm injuries, they're just going to win those 90 to 95 games because the starting pitching alone, right?
So
that's just my thought.
Sig's whole reason for picking 98, he kind of told me on the side was having Duran the whole year gives them those extra wins from last year.
It's not only that, but like the defense is much improved with Garcia and Crawford up the middle. Like you're going to get wins from defense, and you're going to get wins from pitching.
Yeah, your guys are talking about offensive players better. I don't know if that, and if whatever you get from Wheeler is even a bonus. So I don't know. I think the pitching's great.
Think about the assholes that we were sending out last year. Jordan Romano getting fucking destroyed every outing.
Was that right-hander they got from Toronto?
Yeah, terrible. He was on my dartboard in here for a while.
How is Chris Painter looking? He's the 5th starter?
Yeah, I mean, Painter's, he's been...
Andrew Painter.
It's one of these things. So seeing him in person at spring training, I will say that we were sold that he's the next Skeens, he's the next Skubal. He is not. He is not. But he's really good. I'm not seeing that blow away stuff. But like, again, it's been, 6 years since it's Tommy John, and they say it takes 7 years.
900 years.
But
so, Mike, what we've been saying is this guy has been untouchable. Like, you could not trade him for anything. And like, this is the put up or shut up year, right?
It has to be. Yeah. But him as a 5th starter, and Mike, that's good. Right? Like, cutting it to the point, like the pitching and defense are really good, and Nick isn't there anymore. Nick is not a good outfielder, and Nick did okay offensively, even though he swung at a lot about bad pitches. So
he did okay until last year. He did great last year.
I think that we know we're a 90-win team, and I think there was only one person who went in the 80s, and that was Amanda.
Do you know why she did that?
Reverse psychology.
Yes,
I hope
exactly what she said.
Okay, I was like, I'm surprised because I thought that she would be like really like we all are, like, oh, the Phillies are winning.
She's very superstitious, and she's trying to will them into first position because if you notice, she is the only one that has them.
No, I mean Mike did too. He has them as the wild card.
Oh, that's
so that means they didn't win the. So Amanda and Mike are in that.
And me, I picked them to finish second.
Instance. So when we talk about AL MVP, so Mike, you went with Witt. Mike Christie, who did you go with?
AL MVP, Gunnar Henderson.
Mike, no more of the Fishtown iced teas for Mike Christie because that's absolutely.
Is that the guy who hit the home run in the WBC and plays for the Orioles?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
He's another guy they've been telling us for years is going to be awesome.
I think this is his breakout year.
Maybe he is. I don't know. Maybe it could be his breakout year. I mean, Adley Rutschman was supposed to be the MVP.
He was on some of the research that I just don't think. I don't think he's there.
He's been so down the past 2 years.
He's been hurt a couple of years. Yeah. I like Gunnar Henderson.
I went with Witt as well. Like seeing him in the WBC, I was like, I think love's love, but I fell in love with the man.
Yeah, man.
I was like, this dude just can do anything on the baseball field. He is just like hustle.
I mean, look, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got half the people agree with
that are with that. Yeah. So. NL MVP, like, did anyone not to Ohtani?
Yeah, me.
Okay. So there were
Ellie De La Cruz for me.
Brian Boyce took Mookie Betts.
Yeah, Boyce said Betts, and Joey, get your program here. Yeah. Picked Schwarber.
So Kyle.
Yep. Oh, and so did Gardner. Rob the butcher picked Schwarber.
Okay, so. You are with
Ellie De La Cruz.
Ellie, okay. And Mike, I'm gonna agree with you. I'm taking Ohtani because it's tough when like someone's the best player in the game for the best team in the game for them not to be. The only thing I'm thinking is like, what if there's that one guy on a team that like, the Pirates, maybe someone there kind of ascends himself. Like, I don't know. Could Paul Skeens not win the Cy Young, but win the MVP? There's nothing against that happening. So I was kind of going back and forth because I think Pittsburgh's going to be way better than we think.
I think you're
Their pitching staff is awesome.
I think you're right.
And Connor Griffin coming up, and we'll talk about him later.
I mean, this is a good question. Does anybody care who the MVP is anymore?
I mean, I guess, Don, I appreciate that. We're doing a whole fucking show about it.
I mean,
so.
Don, whoever gets the MVP gets like 500
So
grand.
somewhat, I think there's incentives, but I don't know. Our whole stadium was yelling MV3 for a season
and
or two.
for Schwarber last year,
Yeah,
too, right?
so I don't know. Like,
I think there's
being snarky, but I get the point. I think it does still mean
there's
something.
skin in the game, sure.
Yeah.
So Cy Young, Mike, you said Crochet. You are in great company. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 12 or 8 out of 11. Pick Crochet. I picked Brian Wu from Seattle.
So I had a difficult time not picking a Seattle pitcher. For
I know who you're
being,
talking about.
you know, and it's like Logan Gilbert,
Yep.
and it's like I'm like Jesus. Like Seattle's this park where like it's very easy to have an under 3 ERA. It's possible to have an under 2 ERA there, but
I agree with that.
definitely pride when your team plays. Yeah, I agree. Like, so Amanda kind of chimed in, like, yeah, there's a pride in that. Like, we want our guy to be the MVP. Like, if we don't win, we want our guy to do it. I went with Scooble just because, like, I think he's a devastating left-handed pitcher, and he is on, and he's on a contract year, so I think there's even more incentive for him to kind of.
Yeah, I mean, Boyce, Glenn Mack now, by the way, and Max all agree with you.
So how cool is this? Like, we got Glenn Mack
Glenn
now.
Mack now just throwing us
We
predictions.
got the owner of Fishtown and Interstate Draft House, and us two dupes. Like, we're like, oh, we think this, and I'm like, oh my god, like Glenn Mack now. I'm like, I always, when I grew up, I wanted to be like Glenn, like on the radio or like talking about sports. And I feel like I'm never going to get to that. I just curse a lot.
I just realized he and I picked the same record, and I didn't do that on purpose, but I feel kind of vindicated now. So
yeah, that's.
You are doing that. This is the radio of today. I don't listen to talk radio, but I listen to quite a number of football podcasts. You are on the radio. That's what it is now.
It's new media, right? I mean, it's
Right.
not traditional anymore.
Yeah.
We should probably have him as a sponsor.
That was good.
NL Cy Young. Who'd you have, Chris?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I had to take Skeens.
You took
I
Skeens?
can't. Yeah, like I wanted to take
So-
Sanchez, but I had to take Skeens.
So Dugan took Skeens, Amanda took Skeens, and you took Skeens.
He was in the minority though.
Yeah, I took Sanchez. So did Brian, Boyce, Jared across the block, which I'm surprised he's not here. Max and Sig all took Sanchez, and Mike, you took Luzardo. So you were the only one who took Luzardo. You want to talk about that for a quick second?
Yeah. Well, I've talked to Chris before. I like to bet a little bit on football, but it's. I like futures, like over under wins. Will you make the playoffs? Stuff like that. Last year, I made a bet on the Reds over wins just because of Francona being their manager, and it hit. And so when I looked a little bit into the Cy Young and I was paying attention to Phillies, they were talking about good long shots for the Cy Young. And they said that I think it was like if you took out 3 starts, his ERA would drop. Like it was like 3 bad games. And they were like, his stats are better than you would think. And he's 28-1. And I was like, $100 on Luzardo would pay out 2,800, and that's why I picked him because I'm going to bet it.
So Mike, are you doing it online or are you doing it in
online.
person? Okay.
No, I'll do it online on DraftKings.
So I think I want to do it.
We don't say that name because they don't.
I'm
sponsor
sorry.
it.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
No, we're only joking. I think I want to do it like in person at one of these places, and I'm going to get a fake ID because I just want to do it in cash. I don't want any. What are they? W-2s or 9912s or
1099?
Yeah, I don't want any of that. I just want the cash payout. So I'm good at 28-1, like on a Luzardo.
Look, that was more my. If I was going to make a bet, I read a couple plays that were like he's undervalued. So I just was like, hey, and I went to like 5 games last year, and he pitched 2 of them, and I don't know, I like him.
He's fun to watch for sure.
Yeah. So, I threw that in, mostly because I wanted to tell you I was going to bet them.
There you go. Cool. So AL winner, NL winner, and World Series winner, the last three we had for the group, right?
Yes.
And then we had a couple more, me and you. So
Yeah.
AL winner, it was mixed. Mariners, Tigers, Yankees, Toronto, Red Sox. I took Kansas City.
Wow.
So I like Witt too.
Yeah, that's
He looked great. They have a pretty good pitching staff. I think they're a dark horse for it.
who else is in the middle there? Like Cleveland?
Mhm.
They're not good.
Baltimore is in there.
No, Baltimore's in the East.
No, I mean like in the AL.
Oh, yeah, but I'm like,
They're in
a
the
Central
mix for
team
that
could
middle.
possibly do something. They do something every 20 years.
Mhm.
I don't know. I've always had this like dream of it being the Mariners versus the Phillies, right? I thought it was going to be close last year. And a lot of people, I think, who did anyone pick Mariners and Phillies?
Yeah.
No one
Steve
did.
Holt.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay. So I am leaning towards that, but I can't bet against the Dodgers. Like, in no world would you say that they're not the best team on the planet.
So Dugan, Jared, Max, Joey, Glenn McNow, Amanda, and Mike all picked the Dodgers.
Mariner, okay. That's
They all picked the Dodgers for the NL. And let's see, all the people, well, that's not true. Joey picked the Mariners to beat the Dodgers. Oh no, so did Mike. And Mike picked the Mariners to beat the Dodgers. Everybody else said the Dodgers were going to win the World Series.
So I know this is like uncommon, and I picked the Mariners and Dodgers, but I think the Phillies could win the World Series still.
Yeah, well, they could. They haven't played yet.
They could.
I actually picked San Diego, and I picked San Diego to win the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah.
I think San Diego is going to lose 100 games.
Well, I might have done a little reverse psychology like Kelly or Amanda, I mean, but
Because I'm like, their pitching's terrible and
I
fuck
just-
Nick. I mean, I love that Nick drank the Presidente.
dude, by the way, Nick Pivetta is pitching their opening day.
That's, well,
So
we've had worse.
Well, the Blue Jays almost beat the Dodgers, and the Phillies series with them was closer than, Game 4 was till Onion threw it away. It was close.
I mean,
Right?
I'm not drunk right now, but I might have been drunk when I did.
So
these.
one of our other co-hosts, like Chris, just chimed in and just said Mike is drunk. I think it had to be at the Padres thing. So I was like, the Padres? I was like,
I will tell you, I got tired of seeing the same team names.
Okay.
And
sure,
people
you're just trying to have fun and
I
mix
was.
it
I
up a
was
little
mixing
bit.
it up.
That makes perfect sense.
So you want to jump into some?
Let's do some trivia.
You want to do some trivia?
Yeah, let's do some trivia to break it up and,
Sounds good to me.
let's have some fun. We'll
That's good.
add Mike in it. And I don't know if I'll bring up any of the comments because
Yeah. So I have 10 questions.
they're multiple choice.
They're all
too.
multiple choice, and they're all have to do with opening day starts. So pick the player with the most opening day starts at each position. So I'll try and give a few seconds in between when I say all the 4 different multiple guesses, and I say the answer so that we can get some in the actual comments.
Mike, you're getting buried before we start
That's
on
okay.
that San Diego thing because Philly podcast said the San Diego Chargers have a better chance of winning the World Series than the San Diego Padres. So.
I love those guys.
They are awesome, and that's super fucking hilarious.
Oh man! All right, so number 1, starting pitcher with 16 starts. You got Roger Clemens, Walter Johnson, Tom Seaver, or Justin Verlander.
Oh gosh, I thought we were doing Phillies.
All time.
All time. Would that be Clemens?
25%.
Would it be Clemens?
Incorrect.
I would take Seaver.
Yes, sir. Tom Seaver is the
Seaver.
correct. Catcher, 20 opening day starts. Johnny
Jesus
Bench,
Christ.
Yadier Molina, Salvador Perez, or Ivan Rodriguez.
Shit. Johnny Bench.
So I'm thinking like Bench would have been like 70 through late 80s, and I'm like, I feel like Irod would have had more than that, because I feel like he pitched, caught 3 decades.
Pudge.
Well, so, okay.
First base, 19 opening day starts. Todd Helton, Joe Judge, Boog Powell, or Joey Votto.
Who the fuck is Joe Judge?
Joey Votto.
Mike says Joey Votto.
19 starts.
19
Wow.
open day
That's a
starts
long
at first
time.
base.
I
That's
don't
a long
know.
time.
Yeah.
I'll go with Boog.
Joe Judge. No idea who he is. I didn't look him up.
That's not fucking possible, then.
He used to coach the New York Giants.
Second base, 20 opening day starts. Roberto Alomar, Bill Mazeroski, Joe Morgan, or Ryan Sandberg?
I'm gonna go Joe Morgan, because I remember turning over his baseball card, and I was
Mike?
like, I was young, and I was like,
I would go
holy
Morgan
fuck.
too. Morgan,
Yes,
yeah.
sir. You're both right. Third base, 20 opening day starts. Adrian Beltre, Eddie Matthews, Brooke Robinson, Mike Schmidt.
So we know it's not Schmidt, because he started in either 72 and he didn't make it all the way through 92. So like, I'm going to immediately get Schmidt out of the way for everyone.
Smart move.
What were
I'm
the
going
other
this.
Adrian Beltre, Eddie Matthews, or Brooks Robinson?
I know that Brooks had like 50 gold gloves. I'm going to go with Brooks.
two? Yeah, I go Brooks Robinson too.
You are correct, sirs. Shortstop is a tie with 18. Luis Aparicio and Omar Vizquel, Barry Larkin and Ozzie Smith, Derek Jeter and Alan Trammell, or Pee Wee Reese and Cal Ripken.
Oh, God.
Ozzie Smith. And
I'll go
whoever he's paired with.
Cal.
Luis Aparicio and Omar Vizquel.
It's Cal, huh?
Left field, 19 opening day starts. Barry Bonds, Lou Brock, Ricky Henderson, Willie Stargell.
19. Wow.
Left field. Did Ricky Henderson used to play center field, or was he a left fielder the whole time?
That's why I'm like, I'm not going to go with him. I'm going to go with Sweet Lou.
Mike?
Bonds or Stargell?
Bonds.
Barry Bonds is correct.
You got it.
Center field, 21 starts. Ken Griffey Jr., Kenny Lofton, Mickey Mantle, or Willie Mays?
Got to go say hey.
Yeah, Mays.
100%. Right field, 19 starts. Clemente, Gwynn, Reggie Jackson, or Al Kaline?
Reggie played a long time, and he always played right field. I go Reggie.
I'm going to go Al.
Al Kaline's correct.
Oh,
And designated hitter, Harold Baines, Don Baylor, Edgar Martinez, or David Ortiz?
I'm going to go with Seattle Mariner, Edgar.
yeah, I'd say him too.
It's Ortiz.
Huh.
Oh,
I just thought that was cool. It was on
Yeah, that is
MLB.com today.
oh.
I thought that was pretty sweet with opening day tomorrow.
So it looks like we had
Day.
Dugan, Don, and Nina kind of chiming in. So I'm sure you kept
and they all
score
got
at
it
home.
wrong. So nice job, guys.
Well, I mean, we got a lot wrong too. And
I got 2 wrong the first time I took it.
I wanted to kind of like talk about these last few things, and maybe Mike, we'll kind of like pick 1 or 2 of those options of, you know, AL Rookie of the Year, or like let's do home runs, RBIs,
Yeah.
and saves.
Whatever you want.
Let's just pick those.
Okay.
So major league leaders, RBIs, home runs, and saves. So across AL or NL. And Mike, if you want to, you know, if you kind of want to, because they're kind of like fairly easy. When we kind of get Rookie of the Year, we're like, oh my God, you got a deep dive. Home runs, I'm going to go with. So since Chris Dugan couldn't been here, he just sent me a text, and I'm going to choose his person. He chose Pete Alonso.
It doesn't surprise me.
So one of our guys, Mike, is like a huge Pete Alonso fan, and maybe he's an
Especially
Orioles
when he
fan
was
now.
with the
He
Mets.
used to play for the Mets.
Yeah, he loved him. Just loved him.
You're saying major league?
Yeah, just major league wide. Like,
All right.
who's the home run leader? Like last year, it was, I guess,
Yeah.
Ohtani or Judge. And
Yeah. I'll go Schwarber. I think Schwarber gets 59. He gets
Oh my God.
he gets Howard by 1. He doesn't get to 60 though.
wow, Mike, what do you think? Home run leader in the major leagues?
What about that catcher for the
Big dumper.
Mariners?
Cal Raleigh.
Yeah, I'll
He-
take him.
All right.
He's a
How
switch
many-
hitter, right? Doesn't
He's
he
a switch hitter. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
He
give it
had
to him.
61, 60 last 60. I think.
60. Yes.
How many does he get this year if he had 60 last year, Mike?
58.
Okay.
That could do it.
Yeah.
Like, there's no doubt that could do it. RBIs now. So total in between NL and AL. So it's Chris Dugan just chimed in and said, fucker. Well, Chris, you know the rule. If you're not here,
You get
we're
buried.
going to blame
That's
you
all.
for whatever it is. Chris doesn't like Alonso. It was me and last year that actually said, oh, Alonso's going to be the home run leader, the RBI leader. And I was very close to being right.
You were very close. RBIs.
I got to go Judge.
You go and Judge.
Yeah,
How many?
I think this is like a 129.
Okay. Mike.
Oh,
Your guy from the Orioles.
Gunnar Henderson.
Alonso.
Oh, Alonso.
Yeah, Alonso. Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm going Schwarber again. I had him for both of these. I have him at 134 this year. He had 132 last year.
Okay. And then what about saves?
Yeah, that's a
So
good
there's a
one. I
lot
love
of,
that.
you know, like we're talking about who's going to win, and you're like, all right, a lot of people at the Dodgers and at the Mariners, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be the save leader, right? Because the Dodgers could win every game by 10 runs
Sure.
and there's 0 saves.
Sure.
So it's not necessary that Edwin Diaz is the guy, but who do you have?
So it's very close. I broke it down AL, NL. So I had Andres Munoz
Yep.
for Seattle with 36 and Duran with 38. So I go Duran 38.
Okay.
He had 36 combined last year.
I was going to choose, I had the same people in my head. And the reason is impotent offenses and
Yeah.
close games. You know, it's that situation. And I'm like, Andres Munoz, like in Seattle, like their pitching staff's good. They're going, it's going to be 2-1, 3-2, 4-3. It's going to be these close
Same
games
as here.
that I think it's going to be very close to here. And there was a day and age where saves could be in the 50s, but I think, you know, if you get to 40s, like that's a cataclysmic number
Huge.
for a
Religious 48,
closer.
right?
Yeah. And like, think about how many
That was-
times it was leaned on. It was every time,
Every time.
every possibility. So I don't think you can go in that area because Seattle has a lot of other good relievers and they don't do that now, right? If you pitch 2 games in a row and there's another 2 on the game, they're going to give to someone else. So I think it's going to be in that 37 to 39 range. Mike, who are you?
You said you picked Johan Duran for the Phillies?
I picked Munoz.
Oh, okay. I'm going to take
For
the Phillies guy
Mariners.
because I think the Phillies are going to have a lot of close games.
Yeah. So
The Dodgers closer, the guy who's pitched for the Mets, is great, but
yeah,
you're right, they might blow a lot of people out.
yeah. And Mike, in honor of your pick, I'm going to recreate after this podcast Duran's entrance, and I'm going to do the entrance to the DPF garage today. We have fireworks, we have smoke, we have a shot ski, and there's
Somebody
going
was
to
talking
be
about Blackberry
Blackberry
Brandy earlier.
Randy, and we're going to have Fishtown iced tea kind of thrown out to the participants here. So it's
Sounds
going
good.
to be me, you, Renee, my wife, and Dave, and we're going to get my daughter to video it.
DPF
So
daughter on
this
video.
is going to be a very cool video, or at least in my mind it is. I want to kind of wrap this up with just very quickly kind of talking about opening day or early season memories or kind of what's going on. So I want to take the time first to kind of talk about what's going on tomorrow. So we're going to be in K-Lot, K33. So when you go in K-Lot, you'll immediately make a left. Do not go right because that's Mets fans over there. I know we're playing the Rangers, but don't do it. So go over to the left. We're going to have Fishtown iced tea samples. Dugan is making hot dogs. We have Betts from Betts Tribbles making hot dogs. We have Conshohocken beer today. So we have Elian Fransky and Ring the Bell, the big boys that we're going to be giving out. It's going to be a beautiful day, 72 degrees. I'm so excited for tomorrow. It's very difficult to sleep, but come out, hang out with us. At our age, you know, it's tough to make a new friend. And I will guarantee you, if you come out and you're going to be cool, you're going to leave with someone's new Facebook friend or new phone number, or like making, some type of date to kind of go out with someone. And date is like, it could be guys and guys, girls and girls. I don't know if we ever had like a DPF love connection.
Oh, that's a great question.
I wonder.
I don't know the answer.
I bet you there is.
Dating.
Yeah, there could be.
I mean, I literally went to pick up beer at Conshohocken today and got 3 people on Facebook.
Yeah, so it's like, everywhere. But I'm excited to see everyone tomorrow. Everyone behave, do smart things, take ride share, take the Broad Street line,
Drink a water every now and then.
Yeah, mix in a designated driver or water. I don't do that, but that's what Renee's for, because I only drink if it's been through a brewery or a distillery.
Yeah,
it's just kind of like a smart idea. Do
as I say, not as I do.
Exactly. But I'm not driving, and don't do things like that. Tomorrow's going to be like a very hot and difficult day. Moderate yourself, do smart things, make smart decisions, have fun. Remember it the next day. Opening day memory or early season memory.
We talked about it a little. Like, the thing that really pops up to me is, and you just said it, tomorrow's going to be 72 degrees,
yep.
Right? 2 years ago, it was like 48 degrees, 900-mile-an-hour winds. We were hiding behind a wall because our eyes were watering, and we didn't care because we were at opening day. Like, it doesn't matter what the weather is. You go to opening day, right? And tomorrow, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a whole recipe for an amazing day.
What about you, Mike? Early season or opening day memory?
In 1994 for opening day, I went down to the stadium with about 30 of my friends. It was after the World Series, and it was the home opener for the Phils, but the season started a week before.
Okay.
It was Kruk's first game back from cancer.
Oh.
And we got a keg. It was probably Natural Light. We all got pretty drunk.
Where in the parking lot? I thought you
yeah.
I've seen people hoist them up to the 700 level.
We were in the parking lot, and I still have the picture. I post it almost every opening day. I'll post it tomorrow on the Interstate page. And there's a picture of like the 30 of us, and if you look at the picture, there's like a couple guys. There was like a group of guys that were at a tailgate near us, and they jumped in our picture. They spilled a beer on someone, and there was a big crazy fight. And it was insane. Nobody got really hurt. It was just the blood flowing and young men that were in their early 20s. We go into the stadium. We were sitting in the 700 level. Those tickets were $5, and we were in the 700 level, but behind home plate. And we got in there, and everybody was all fired up from the fight and the booze or the beer. And they gave out magnets for the first game. You could put on your fridge, and everybody just started throwing them. And then they started throwing French fries. And we got kicked out by the 5th inning. So that's my favorite opening day memory, because that Phillies team, they were badass because they just came out of the World Series. They're all roided up. Yeah, and it was the 700 level. The vet wasn't family friendly, especially the 700 level. That was insanity. Like
it was the best.
Yeah, it was. It was fun.
Thank God they gave out magnets and not D batteries.
I know.
Or these.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they won that game because we got kicked out. Yeah. So
they won. Don't worry.
Typical, Philly idiot fans. Younger. I'm not like that now.
We're coming up on that time, a little bit longer than an hour. Mike, thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate the insight, not only in Fishtown Iced Tea and Interstate, but kind of like talking about like what it is to own a business and some of the positives and negatives of it. But we're excited for tomorrow to kind of, Fishtown Iced Tea. So Dan's going to be there. He's going to be with us handing out samples, 4-ounce samples, 3-ounce samples. I'm thankful that, we're kind of doing this partnership, and I'm thankful you spent your time with us tonight. So
it was my pleasure.
I appreciate it.
All right, thanks, guys.
Cool.
Appreciate
All
it.
right. Thanks, everyone.
guys.
Have a good night. And as always, fuck
See
the
you.
Mets.
Fuck the Mets. Fuck Joe Carter. And see you at CBP.